Hi, this is Will James, Principal Percussionist of the St. Louis Symphony, and I'm here on Powell Symphony Hall stage coming to you to talk about chime playing. Neil Grover asked me to do a segment for his Tech Talk to talk about the basic elements of playing chimes with a wind ensemble or orchestra. So the first thing we're going to tackle is the placement of the chimes. We're going to pretend that Eddie, my camera operator, is the conductor, and we're going to position the chimes so that I can see the conductor, the chimes, and the music in a very small area, so my eyes don't have to move very far when I'm playing. There's two places that I put my music stand when playing chimes. If I only have single notes, I'll use my hand to locate the note, and I'll try to keep the music and the conductor very close together. So I'll place the music stand here so my eyes don't have to wander very far, and I'll play a single note like that. If I have a little bit more complicated part, I'll move the music stand here so that the music and the notes are very close together. And if I have a more complicated part, I can keep my eyes on the music and the notes in a small amount of space, yet still keep out of the corner of my eye a good sight line to the conductor. Now that we've got the chimes where we want them, I'm going to talk a little bit about beaters. Grover makes two hard plastic beaters that are my primary beaters. One is a small and one is a large, depending on what context I want, loud and soft and articulation. They also have a soft pad on one side and a hard side on both the small and the large, and I actually mark my chime hammers with some red Sharpie so that visually I can see which side is the hard side and which side is the soft side. Now let's talk briefly about where to hit the chime. It's not talked about very often, but generally you want to strike the chime at the top where it's reinforced, and you want to strike it at a slight angle. On a lot of chimes, if the chime is struck very hard, it will slap and hit the back of the instrument, and we want to avoid that. So I'll sometimes strike it at more of an angle so that that slap back doesn't happen. Now those are some great basic elements of playing chimes, and here are two more things I want to talk about before we go. And that is, if you have to play chimes while playing other instruments and you want the instrument to sustain, there's a sustain button on either the left or right side of the chime that you can push down, and it will hold the chimes sustaining so that if you have to leave and go play something else, they will continue to sustain. Also, if you're a short player, like if you're in your middle school or just short in general and have to play chimes and your arms are having to be held high for a long period of time, I see nothing wrong with using a step like this to get a little bit better height on the chimes. If I have a very complicated part, I'll stand on a step and play like this because my arms will be a little bit more comfortable and I can be a little bit more accurate. I want to thank Neil Grover for asking me to do this, and I hope this segment has helped. Thank you.